In mdpremium.net, user interface and business logic are completely separated from each other. The standard user interface of the application is made completely with our framework. In this video, I will try to show you how to expand the system with a new table and how to shape the interface for that table. I've already prepared a standard table. This table we will call INCAR. It already consists of a few fields such as brand, type, weight, and capacity. Using SQL Developer, I created this table in the databank beforehand. I've also already added some data to this table. After the table was created in the database, the next step will be defining the graphical properties for each of the fields in the table. For this, an XML file is used. This XML file begins with the name DCI and table name. In this case, DCI INCAR. Here we will, like I've mentioned before, set the graphical properties for each of the fields like title, format, and if it's about an edit control, a spin edit or a combox edit. For the next step, we would like to extend the main menu. Let's say in this case we would like to have the menu item My Data to come before settings. This will also be where the new table will be opened. What I still need is a RWI file. This RWI file specifies in what way the data is displayed. Possible modes are form or grip, for example, a calendar view. In this case, we use the mode form and refer to DCI INCAR. We now take these three tables, DCI INCAR, RWI INCAR, and RBI Premium Extension, and drag them into the application. By dragging them into the application, these three files will be in the core of the framework, the so-called repository. If I now exit the application and start it again, you can see that we expanded the main menu with a menu point My Data. I've already prepared this, but from here or on this whole menu, I have access to menu items and can also create a shortcut to a quick launch bar. If I open this newly generated mask, then all the controls that this table has will be showed one below the other. But it already has the graphical properties which we defined in the DCI file. This means that the field model rate already has its title and the field brand is already a combo box edit. Right-click on Expand Table, making the whole table a little bit bigger. And now I will design my mask with drag and drop. For example, I won't need client ID, so I drag it over here. On stock is also not needed, so I drag it over here too. I make a group out of brand, type, and category, and give this group the name XXX. I take other fields and place them in the mask where I would like them. When I finish defining my layout, I press Save. This saves the layout in my repository. When I save in the repository, I have more than one option. I can save so that it applies for the entire application, but I can also save on client level. Then only the client you are working on is affected. I can also save for a specific department or even a specific user. This makes it theoretically possible for its user to have for their own mask, which of course is not very useful. I will save everything into the repository. I prepared this already. These files are called UIL for user interface layout and for grid. I drag this into the application, close the mask, open it again, and the new layout is already loaded from the repository. These newly generated masks automatically inherit all the functions that a standard mask has. These functions have already been explained in our video. Business logic and user interface explained through the article Master Data. These functions include search, the ability to save different views, index lists. All of these are automatically available. Our next point is to establish a connection to business logic in the database. This is done using the RWI files, and these RWI files have a section in the so-called commands catalog. In the commands catalog, you define a command. You can give this command any name, and with action you can define how the action is called in the database. A command has an abundance of elements where I can create dialogues before something is requested. Here I can also create progress bars. There are many possibilities. I place the command name under either a button or a menu item and can access this through the user interface. If I go back to my mask, I repeat my last move and click on Change Layout. Now you can see the function call test. This is the button we've defined in the RWI file. We can place it anywhere in the mask. Now I save my layout in the repository, close my mask, open it again, and there is my button. If I click on it, the function will be performed in the database.